In the last lecture, you learned the 6th step to set up your first profitable AdWords campaign, and that was to determine your bid and budget. As we said, let's just keep it simple, go to manual CPC, set a really low bid for this test campaign that we're doing, and we can change that later on. Now in this lecture, you're going to learn the 7th step to set up your first profitable campaign, and that is to write effective ads. We're going to run through these 6 tips, but before we do, let's come into AdWords. And what you can see is that after you've set your default bid and budget, you can just skip over this information here. We can come back to change these settings later on if we want, but for now, let us just come into save and continue. And what you will see now is that we really have the opportunity to write effective ads. These are the guidelines and these spaces in which we have to write our ads. You can see headline, 25 characters, description line 1, 35 characters, 35, your URL, and your final URL, which is here as well. Now you will remember earlier on, one of the first steps that we took was to really analyze our PPC competition and to come into Google and to note down any compelling ad copy. So now it is time to really take out those notebooks or any notes that you've written down, or revisit the Google search results to really see what your competitors are writing, because you really want to be able to stand out and to have a compelling offer as well. These are the 6 tips that we are going to run through, and then we're actually going to write out our headline, description, etc. here. But let's look at the 6 best practices to really get started before we actually dive in. So the first tip is to really match your ad to your landing page. People might leave your website if they don't find what they expect. So we saw that earlier on. We looked at some of the competitors that really what it says in your ad here and the landing page that it links to should be quite similar. It doesn't have to be the exact words, but it should be at least a similar topic, and you're not really writing an ad that brings people to a page that's totally different. So those 2 things need to be really linked up. The second tip is to highlight what makes you unique. Do you have free shipping, a dazzling variety? Tell people, really showcase your products, services, and offers that make you competitive. So let's have a look at that. If we come back in here to some of the examples, it's a weekend and evening course. Some of these aren't that great. They don't really highlight that much here in the headline. Let's have a look down here. They're accredited. I think the other one we saw earlier on was 50% of graduates get a pay rise, small class size, friendly atmosphere, tailored training. Okay, so these are some unique things here. Enroll today, book online, 140 countries. Okay, so that's just to give you some ideas. I think have a look at your own competitors. It's going to be a more useful exercise, but that gives you a sense of really what to look for. How can you stand out? Because you will be competing with some competitors head to head there. All right, so the third tip to really write effective ads is to include prices, promotions, and exclusives. If you have a limited time discount or stock for an exclusive product, you should really say so. You really want to give people a compelling reason to click and click now. And so bring any incentives and promotions and exclusives right to the forefront and include those in your ads so customers can really see them. Number 4, very important, empower customers to take action. Include call to action buttons like purchase, call today, order, browse, sign up, or get a quote. Make it clear what the next steps are. It's really important to include these call to action words as well, because you want to signal to people that this is the next action. The next action is purchase, call today. And if they don't want to call today and don't want to purchase today, that's fine, but maybe don't click on our ads so we don't have to spend unnecessary amounts of money. So you want to make it clear what you expect the next step for them is, and they can decide then whether they're ready for that step or not. Okay, so step number 5, really the 6th or the 5th tip to write effective ads is to include at least one of your keywords. For example, if you've included digital cameras as a keyword, your headline should be buy digital cameras. That's fairly basic stuff. And you can see that in the ads here, I've typed in digital marketing course, digital marketing course, digital marketing course, digital marketing course. They've included really the keyword in the ad. I think that's some good examples of that there. The final one, the sixth tip to writing effective ads, is to follow Google's editorial guidelines. You can't overuse cap locks. You can't overuse exclamation points, or use gimmicky text, something like this, or weird spacing. I've included more information there, but if in here you start to use any gimmicky text, etc., your ad will not be approved. And so you can really save yourself some time, get your ads up quickly if you don't want to get stuck with any of these gimmicky text, etc. So that is the 6 tips to write effective ads. Let's get into it here in the example now. And I'll just give you a quick example to run through and show you how to make best use of this space. So the first thing that you really need to start with is the headline, and ideally you want to include your keyword here. So let me give you an example of an ad that I might write for this course. The course, if I was trying to sell this course through AdWords. So I want to include the keyword, which it would be a digital marketing course. And you can see that my keyword has almost taken up all of my headline already. I've just one line left. But if we come down here into the description, line 1 and 2, it can really add a lot more details in. Now what you want to do is try and get as much attention as possible, and remember these 6 tips as well. Especially, can I include prices, promotions, and really what makes me unique, what makes me different to some of the ads that I've seen here. So one thing is that I want to show that my course is highly actionable. So I'm going to say complete 12 projects. That gives people maybe some curiosity about what are those 12 products or projects and what exactly does it cover. And another way that I think that I would be unique as well is in terms of price. So let's say $169. Let's just say that price. Because I looked at some of the other competitors, their courses are like $1,500, $2,000. So I mean, clearly a unique thing of what I'm offering here is really price, and I think that will appeal to people. Another thing that I have as a kind of an offer is a money back guarantee, which I didn't see being offered by any of my competitors here in the ads. And you can see that this will help you correct your spelling. I have a 30-day money back guarantee, so there's really no risk for people to sign up. And I want to finish it with my call to action as well, which is enroll today. So I really want to encourage people to enroll today and really enroll in the course. So if you put a little full stop here after the description line, that'll bring it up to the top. Now the next thing that I want to put in is my display URL. So this is the URL that's going to be displayed in my ad, and as you can see, I'm seeing a preview of my ad over here on the right hand side. Already I think it looks pretty compelling. Digital marketing course, complete 12 projects, only this price, money back guarantee, enroll today. So let us add in the display URL, so www.marketingcourse.com, and you can see that that's a bit too long, so I'm gonna have to maybe just remove the www. I don't really need that there because it shows the URL there, and it's good that my URL contains my keyword as well. So the final URL, I could put that in, and because I've got AdWords linked up to my Google Analytics, that'll automatically track through anyway, so I don't need to put in a special URL or anything. I'll just put in the www. Now this can be as long as you want, so you can add in extra information here if you want, or send them to a particular landing page. Right now I'm going to just send them to my home page, because my home page is kind of set up like a landing page, so that's okay to do, I think, in this scenario. So that's really it. I've written the ad for my first ad group in my campaign, and I think it looks pretty good. I don't think it's too bad, and I think it really stands out from the competition. We've got 12 projects, 169 money back guarantee. So trying to highlight what's really unique, and that's very important to bring across in a short amount of space that you've got here to catch people's attention. So returning to our notes, really the recommendation is to use all the characters given to write your text ad. You're paying for the space, so try get to 0 in each line. What I mean by that is inside in the ad here, you can see I've only got 1 character left here, 3 characters left here, 0 characters left, just 1 character left. So maybe I could think about how could I maybe add some value with this 3 characters left. But for now, I'm pretty much as close to 0 as I think I can be. But make sure that you use all the space because it helps push other competing ads further down the page. So definitely you're paying for the space, use it all up. All right, so that covers how to write effective ads. That's the 7th step to setting up your first profitable AdWords campaign. In the next lecture, we're going to look at how to choose profitable keywords. You can see here that is the next step underneath once you have written your ad. So see you in the next lecture for really how to choose your profitable keywords.